So, your name is... Who is Oliver Daly?
I don't know. I have no idea. Who the fuck is Oliver Daly?
Back in the late 1970s, a secret government facility was created with the single goal to make the perfect American filmmaker.
One man, one shitty movie, Oliver Daly.
It failed horribly. It failed so bad. This is like MK Ultra. Like, it blew up in their faces so bad.
Welcome to Rough Cuts.
Welcome to Rough Cuts. We don't want to talk about this movie, right? This movie doesn't matter. This movie's irrelevant.
There are bits and pieces
have to talk
of the
about
movie
it.
that might be interesting from a retrospective of trying to figure out the psyche of the man who made this film.
Who made this film,
but,
and how it got made.
But
how
this film
it got
existing
made
is way more interesting than this film.
Like, okay, I understand this film existing. To put it in perspective, I get that anybody can... I mean, not anybody, but, like... You can get together a group of people if you've got a little bit of money, and you can do a very shitty job of making a film and throw it out there on the internet and just hope that it sticks. That's not this film, though. This film has a $10 million budget with Thomas Jane as one of the main characters, Becky G, who is a musician that's, like, worked with Pitbull and all like... She's done Pitbull, Will.i.am, Cody Simpson. Like, she's like an actual... She's got 2.5 million followers.
Yeah.
She's a person. She was one of the Power Rangers in the Power Rangers reboot. She's one of the film stars. It's got a $10 million budget. It's got really good CGI. It has, like, an actual... the cinematography in it is actually pretty good. Like, it looks good. And it's garbage. It's so bad. The plot is unbelievably crap. And it got a theater release. Like, it's got theatrical release. It's got all these connections. And the director is unknown. No one knows where he came from. Like, there's nothing about him anywhere. It's just, he is an enigma wrapped in a mystery. He's a secret government project.
We spent 2 hours after watching the film trying to figure out who the fuck the director is, how he got this much money, and anything about him. Literally anything about him. And all we found was a Twitter, a Facebook, and a really, really shitty animated show that's been completely scrubbed from the internet.
And you mean that literally?
It's gone. Oh. It's completely gone.
No. Yeah, well, not just the
and
scrubbed
also
from the internet
it's
part,
shit,
but that
it's
shitty.
Shit TV.
Because it's literally called Shit TV, a shitcom.
So, oh my god, the movie we watched was Axel.
Let's talk about the movie.
It's Axel,
yes.
A-X-L, or you could just call it A-X-L, if you want to be a fucking smug asshole. By the way, I've been drinking for 3 hours.
I mean, this movie is for smug assholes, so it makes sense.
Okay, I've been drinking for 3 hours. We started this movie at 8 in the morning. I might be a little drunk, and this has not happened in a long time this early in the morning. So, welcome to Axel, everyone.
Welcome to Axel. The movie starts off with, like... I want to go through it real fast.
Yeah, let's just do the quick plot.
It does, like, the quick beats. Basically, the plot of the movie... Here, let's do, like... I'm going to do a 2-minute encapsulation of the movie's plot start to finish. How's that?
Okay.
So... Military assholes are making a horrible drone kind of program, but they decided that the best way to do it would be to be a dog, because dogs are war machines that are with people. Cool, great. We have secret military dog. Military dog finds dirt bike guy. Dirt bike guy is real cool, but he's portrayed as being cool. The movie wants you to think he's cool. He's actually a creep. Get more into that later.
He's such a fucking creep.
He's such a fucking creep. Hot girl likes creeper hero, helps him out to try and win dirt bike competitions. He gets stuck out in the wilderness and meets Secret Dog. Secret Dog and him form a bond. The military guys that lost the dog are like, oh, well, like, just watch it and see, because apparently that's making the dog smarter, because it's like a learning algorithm. I don't know.
I guess.
The villain that's also a kid, like, there's like a kid villain as well that is another dirt bike guy who's kind of rival. Rival tries to, like, kill Dog, manages to do it. They rebuild Dog. Now military guys are after it. Dog gets all the military guys and, like, beats them up. They manage to capture it, though, with another drone program and capture him and the girl. Girl's damsel in distress, and she draws for the dog, and then the dog realizes that it's her and breaks free of its programming. They fight off military bad guys, and end movie.
Look, this movie doesn't
That's
understand
basically
people,
it.
technology, dogs, anything. I fucking fuck this
That
movie.
gets none of it right. None of it is right. They have scenes. Let's do, like, some highlights. We have the bad guy villain.
The bad guy's a good guy.
Shoot a video. Yeah, the bad guy is a good guy, but, like, let's not get into that. I just want to do, like, a highlight of some of the things that it gets wrong.
Yeah.
For example, it has bad guy villain. His heel turn is that he takes the guy out, the good guy, the hero.
Yeah.
I don't want to call him that. I want to call him.
He's not our hero.
He's
He's just a fucking asshole.
I'm calling him Creeper. I'm going to call him Creeper. So he takes Creeper out and is like, hey, we should do some hot stunts together. Let's film it, and I'll put you up on the internet, and then you'll get famous. And he takes a video of him, but then they, like, sabotage his bike so that he crashes, which is a real dick move. Holy shit. Like, they're going to murder this kid. So they have him go off this big jump, and he gets hurt, and then they put it up on the internet, and he goes, oh man, look bro, I put it up on the internet. It's going real hot. It's got 2,000 views.
Yeah, overnight.
What?
2,000.
What?
So, okay.
2,000? I'm not nobody. I get 2,000 views. What the hell? This is like super rich bro that's super famous for being dirt bike guy, and he puts it up on his big YouTube, and he's like, yeah, man, it's super famous. It's got 2K views.
2K views,
They have a scene of them playing video games where a woman is wearing VR goggles, holding a Nintendo Zapper, and there's a car game on the TV. What the fuck is she doing? What is she doing?
Fucking
explain it.
She's not.
I want to know.
She's not playing video games. That's for fucking sure. the 2,000. Let's go back one real quick. The 2,000 views on YouTube is fucking hilarious because that is written directly by the director, Oliver Daly. Who the fuck is Oliver Daly? So Oliver Daly has a Twitter account with 400 followers and used to have a fucking awful cartoon called Shit TV, which had 13 followers on Twitter, and I'm sure less than 2,000 views on YouTube, and that's fucking gone. God. And so 2,000 views is like a pipe dream for this fucking guy with a $10 million movie budget. Who the fuck is Oliver Daly?
Well, this movie was Kickstartered, and the Kickstarter video, that's a short. He does a short video as part of the Kickstarter project to fund it and get the news out about it.
Called Miles.
That video, the YouTube channel that hosts it, has 53 subscribers.
Yes.
The video itself, this is 5 years later, the YouTube video itself has only 15,000 views.
Those 15,000 views are not from subscribers. Those are from being posted on media websites that talked about Axel being made.
Yes.
Like, that's literally...
including all of, like, exactly, like, that's including all of the relinks and stuff that's the marketing for this actual film afterwards. Yes. So, like, how does it only have 15,000 views? How did a video with 15,000 views raise a successful Kickstarter campaign and then launch that into a $10 million movie? Sorry, just a minute. I need a couple of other quick things that the movie does really, really horribly. It also has the dog looking at him, and it has all of these various programming things like popping up on screen, and one of them is trust subject.
Trust subject level.
That's how
7.
You know that the dog decides that he likes the boy, is that it actually says trust subject.
This movie does a lot of telling the audience how they're supposed to feel rather than showing, which is great because the fucking main actor can't show it. That actor has absolutely no emotion in every scene.
Well, he's a stand-in for the director. Very obvious.
For sure. He's supposed to be the blank slate.
So was that meant to be that the director has no emotions? Like, did he tell this kid, "Hey,
Yes.
act like me"?
The director both has no emotions and also wants to go on a power fantasy.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Like this, so it has things like another thing in the scene. Another scene is the dog like watching as the guy and the girl, like the two main characters, are like getting it on. It goes like analyzing
Yeah.
vitals to show that they're in love.
Because they're getting
Like,
hotter. Ooh.
They're getting hotter. So if it
That's what
analyzes
humans
their
feel.
vitals and they're getting hotter, then you know that they have feelings for each other.
Yeah, but that same scene then moves into him playing Dancing in the Moonlight, and then I'm like, shit, I would much rather be watching Guardians of the Galaxy. Can we go watch that?
Yes.
And there's a
Yeah.
little strobe coming out of the dog's head because, of course, the general in the military that designed this fucking robot dog is like, yeah, we need that dog to have sexy music and strobe lights.
So when we're saying that this main character is a creepy stand-in for
Oh my
the
God.
director, to give an idea as to why we're saying that this hero is a creepy stand-in for the director, his introduction is that they're having a dirt bike race. It's right at the very start of the film, and he gets like knocked out of the dirt bike race and gets his chain snapped. And
Yep.
then he goes and he's like, they ask very nicely the really, really rich kid and his dad that they've got like this big trailer and stuff and all these kinds of things. They're like, hey, we don't have money for a chain. Can you give us one? Because it was an accident with that guy that caused the chain to snap.
You're
And
acting the same way he did in that scene. Like, hey, I broke my chain. Can you give me another one? Like, that's the level of acting.
Yeah. So they go over and they ask nicely to get this chain. And the girl is there just sitting with them, and she's drawing things in this notebook. And she crumples up one of the drawings and goes to throw it in the trash, but she misses. And after they go to ask for the chain and they get rejected by these guys, they turn around and leave, and he creepily goes over and saw that she threw it away, and he picks it up and like grabs it and takes it. And we're supposed to like sympathize with that. He's creeping on this woman, like he's creepily like eyeing her up and then like stealing her trash to like get info on her.
I feel like he, like, smelled it afterwards, too. It's fucking
like
gross.
it's just, like it's done in such a creepy, gross way where it's like, no, like don't do that. This is a guy that's reading a book about like how to approach women on headphones. Like he's
that guy.
He's the pickup artist. Like it's that kind of guy. And the main kid, so the villain though is portrayed sympathetic. Like it's so weird because he has like these hard heel turns where he becomes like super unlikable, but everything else about him is fine. Like even when they go over and they ask for this chain, it's set up that this guy isn't an asshole. And what I mean by that is it's set up that his dad is this overbearing jerk who wants him to be a star and like is really trying to push him and is like that kind of overbearing dad.
Yeah.
And then they kind of, he never shows up in the movie again, by the way, after this opening scene.
I just realized that. I'm like, where the fuck did his dad go? I didn't even remember.
He disappears. But the dad is like, hey, like, you need to get out there and win, otherwise you're a loser, and like that kind of thing. And when they go to ask for the chain, the guy, the villain kid, the guy that's supposed to be an asshole, is like, oh, well, yeah, we've got some extras, why don't we just give him a chain here? And like goes to get it for him. Like, he seems like a nice guy. He right away goes like, yeah, no, okay, that doesn't seem like a problem. And then his dad's like, no, you can't do that, they're the competition. And his dad comes in and stops it. And all of these things, like, and then he goes afterwards when the other guy wins a different competition. They do another round and he manages. The girl sees that he stole her stuff and is like so enamored with that she gives him she steals the chain and gives it to them. And so then that they can race in the next part. And this guy afterwards, though, he comes by them and he goes, hey, like, we've got a party at my house if you want to come by, like, you know. And then he's like really nice to him at the party.
Like, the scene is supposed to be like he's a dick jock. But it's not. He's not at all a dick jock. He's just like, hey, dude, I really like the way that you ride. You kick my ass. That's great. You seem fucking awesome. You should come to our party, bro. Like, okay.
Yeah, and then at the
great.
party, too, he's still nice at the party. Even at the party, he's like, hey, bro, like, and you keep on expecting him to do the heel turn where he's, like, kind of a jerk to somebody, or, like, at least like a little bit arrogant or something. And instead he's not like that at all. He's like, hey, like meet my new friend Miles. This guy's kind of cool. He actually won at the last race. It was really neat. Like he's a really good driver. Like he's like, does your dad make your bike? Like I saw that your dad was like kind of doing the mechanics on it. Does he do it all by himself? And he's like, yeah, like he's actually taking an interest in him. And he's like, oh, that's really cool. Like we have other people that do ours. Like my dad couldn't be bothered. And like, he's talking with him and interacting with him as a person. And all that Miles can do, our hero, is like act real creepy and be like, no, man, that's cool. I don't want to be involved.
Oh, yeah,
and
that sucks, like,
I don't want to.
Bye.
Yeah, and he keeps on going like, oh, I don't really want to be at this party, and like constantly like just nagging on everything about it. And then he like breaks into the guy's garage to like look at his bikes.
Well,
and it's
you
like,
say look at his
no wonder
bikes.
the guy eventually hates you.
Yeah.
You're just an asshole to him. Like it's made to be that he's supposed to be likable. Our hero is supposed to be likable for all of these things. And it's like he's creeping on these women in these creepy fucking ways. And then he goes to this party and just acts like an asshole to everybody and is negative about everything and just wants to leave. Like he's only there specifically in universe. The explanation for why he goes is to use this guy to get sponsorship.
Correct.
Like, that's literally the only reason he goes, is like, well, maybe I can use this guy to get my own means at, like, you know, I can use him to get further in my own career. That's all he wants. He wants him for his money. And then you're supposed to care when this guy starts being a dick to our main character, and it's like, I sympathize with him. He tried to be nice. He did everything you could to be nice to this guy, and this guy treated him like fucking garbage and tried to use his money.
He even offered him his homemade flamethrower. He's like, here, bro, go ahead and flamethrower this dead car. It's great. Everybody does it. It's a lot of fun. And the guy's just like, no, I'm cool, bro. I don't need that shit. You're weird. You're a fucking weirdo with that flamethrower. I'm gonna go to your car and masturbate over your bikes. Bye.
It's so weird.
Like,
it's so
this
weird.
This isn't the character, though. This is the director. The director is this fucking creepy asshole that like stares at women from a distance, feels like he doesn't belong with anybody because he doesn't interact in a human nature with the people around him, and then feels like he's been slighted by humanity because of it. It's fucking him. Who the fuck is Oliver Daly?
Who the fuck is Oliver Daly? This movie is absolutely, it's the good guy fantasy. It's good guy power fantasy. So he is a good guy, quote unquote. And it's, nobody understands him, but he's such a good guy. It's all of those notes. Like, it's like, oh, well, he's an absolute dickhead to everybody around him. He has no interactions that are positive with his father, who is the nicest, most caring person in the film by a lot.
Yeah, that guy's
Besides
great.
maybe, except for maybe the woman, except the woman is written as woman. They have one scene where she does art, and it's it's the most human thing that she does. And other than that, she's woman, and she's Woms, and she likes him. And that's
and every other scene, another button comes undone on her shirt.
Oh my god. It is gratuitous how much they sexualize her. It's incredible. Every scene, she's like more and more undone in her shirt. She's just like, she's 100% just there as a sex object. She has basically no personality. There's like a few hints of it here and there where they talk about like, oh yeah, like here's the art. And they spend like 5 seconds later on where she's like, well, I'm like the live-in housekeeper kind of.
I mean, I get the feeling the director is also racist in some way. There's hints of it. There's definitely hints.
It feels like it. I don't know. It's just done like as a very stereotypical thing where it's like, she's the Hispanic girl, so of course like her mom is the house cleaner for them.
Yeah, she's Hispanic, so she has to be part of a family of house cleaners for these rich dude bro fucking white guys. And the only person who gets arrested in this whole fucking film is it's
guy that's portrayed to be Middle Eastern. Yeah.
Yes.
The main
and the
military
villain,
bad guy.
The white guy who's with the villain the whole fucking time doesn't get arrested.
No, and it even has like, there's this big thing where it's like there's it does a thing where we have, he's being arrested because he's doing everything in his power to like to get back the asset, which is the Robo-Dog military thing, including like putting people at risk. And it's like, oh, that's bad, we've got to arrest him. And then as soon as they do that, like, so white guy that's under him sends off an email to like a U.S. military person to be like, oh my god, like he's doing all this stuff and endangering people just to get back the asset. And then they're like, okay, good job, arrest him. All right, now go get the asset. And he does the exact thing they just arrested the other guy for. But it's okay because, like, I don't know, he's white. I don't know, like, is that what it was? Like,
yes,
it's like, oh well, you know, we've got the evil guy who only wants to take back the asset and will put civilian lives at risk. So we'll replace him with this good white guy who will do anything to get back the asset and put civilian lives at risk. Like, what? Why? This movie is incomprehensible, but there's so much like power fantasy to it, like you said.
There's
like,
a lot.
It really does. It's hard to explain how much it feels like it's just this main character is nice guy who no one understands and doesn't get what he wants, but he deserves to get what he wants because he's so good and nice. And now that he's got this dog, by God, the world is his and everybody's going to listen to him now. And so it has like the typical scene of like the rich guy comes over and he gets to like show up the rich guy with the dog because he wants
to harass them, and
and he acts like a total dick to the rich guy where he's got like the dog's going to fucking kill him.
That dog literally almost did murder him. He's like,
yeah, and he just sits there with his arms crossed and he's like, no, I'll let it play out. I want to see how this works.
Yeah, I
like,
want to see how this guy gets hurt.
Yeah, it's kind of done as this whole thing where it's like, he bullied me and now he's gonna really pay. Like, it's that kind of revenge power fantasy thing that it really plays into, and that he's got the girl, and they kind of do it, but what's weird is they kind of pull it back a bit because then she's like, oh, you shouldn't have done that to him. Like, I don't know.
So I have a question. Oliver Daly definitely got bullied as a kid, right? Like, this is his power fantasy to fight against that?
It feels like it. It really feels like it.
Like, this is the I got bullied, now I'm gonna take it out on you.
Yeah, it feels like somebody wrote this film as, like, if you can imagine that kid that's kind of weird, that wears lots of dark clothes in your school, that, like, has a really big hard-on for American military hardware, and is like...
This is a school shooting fucking kid. This is that kid.
It does kind of... It feels like that. It sucks to say it. It sucks to say that, but it feels like that. That's what it feels like. I don't know if that's the intention, but God, it feels like it. It feels like that creepy kid's script of like how everybody is going to love him and like him and how likable and cool he is, and that nobody really understands how likable and cool he is, but by God, when he finds his cool special military American hardware, then everybody will really like him and respect him because they'll have to. It feels like that.
This is the guy who takes selfies with his AK-47 and posts them on Facebook. That's what this feels like. I couldn't find that photo, but I know it exists.
Hey, I'd like to go back and, brief levity, here's another scene that this movie does incredibly wrong. Did you know that you can hack gas station registers?
Yes! Okay, so I actually love this scene for how fucking incompetent it is.
It's so good. It's so good. Most of this movie was very competent. Most of this movie was really competent and made a decent amount of sense, which is why we don't want to talk too much about the movie, because it's actually, it looks pretty good and it's really well shot.
From a filmmaking perspective, it passes. From a story perspective and the fucking mystery about the director, it does not. So,
no, it doesn't. But, okay, so go ahead.
Can I explain it? I want to explain this scene because I love it.
I will give it to you. I gift you this scene because it's amazing. This is a gift because either one of us would love to describe this scene.
So after a night of making the sex, the girl and our creeper guy take the dog back home, quote unquote. They drive him into town and they hide him under a tarp in the back of their big truck because they're big white man with big truck. And they need to fill up on gas, so they go to the gas station, and the guy's like, oh shit, I forgot my wallet, how am I gonna buy this gas? And at the same time, the dog's looking at the mechanical pump for the gas pump, and it cuts to, like, a screen of it digitally zooming in on the gas pump. It's like, hacking initiated! And it hacks the fucking gas pump. And
it just starts pumping.
It starts pumping, but the lever hasn't moved on the fucking pump. So it physically cannot pump gas. And it's doing it anyway.
Lever, the lever is not activated. Like, you have to... Yeah. you have to squeeze the nozzle. Like, you have to squeeze it. You can't just hack it. And it doesn't have, like, Wi-Fi or anything. Continue.
No!
The scene's
And then
not over.
at the
Continue.
same time as it's stealing gas, this dog looks at an ATM machine, which is next to the gas pump. Where is this physically? Because they were literally stealing
It was
the
next
money
to the
out
gas
of it.
pump. It was
Why?
literally next to the gas
hold on.
pump.
Why is there a fucking ATM machine next to the gas pump? That's always like.
I mean, that is the
building
least
or next
problem.
to it.
That is the least of
Okay.
the problems with this scene. That is the least of the problems with this scene.
Okay, so the dog uses its Wi-Fi Bluetooth capability to connect to the ATM and then hack it to output like $1,000 in 20s, and then the girl and the creeper are like, oh shit, free money. And they just steal it.
And they never explain anything else about that ever again, by the way.
There's no
The
point
money's
to
never
scene.
brought
They
up
don't
again.
use the money.
They just take all the money, they go in the truck, and he actually does a, like, make it rain thing.
Yeah.
Her and him do make it rain. Like, they take the money and they're like, yeah! And then they drive off after doing this sweet crime, and they never bring it back up again. That's just the last time that we see that.
This is literally because Oliver Daly has always had a fantasy about stealing things. He's always wanted to do that. He's wanted to fill his car full of gas and drive off. He's always wanted to do that. So he lived out that
and knock
power
over
fantasy.
an ATM.
Yes.
He's always wanted to knock over an ATM with a hot girl and steal a bunch of gas. And now he can do it, thanks to his American military hardware.
Who the fuck is Oliver
Oliver
Daly?
Daly. Who the fuck is Oliver Daly? Who is this guy? Who gave him $10 million for his first film? Who did it? I want to hold you accountable. You have crimes against art. I demand a trial. Find Oliver Daly.
Seriously.
I need pictures of Oliver Daly.
I need pictures of Spider-Man.
No, I need pictures of Oliver Daly. He's more mysterious.
So yeah,
I'd like to go back to a different scene.
the $10 million
Another thing this
is a
film
good
does
question,
real well.
though. Sorry, real quick. The $10 million is a damn good question because the Kickstarter only made $43,000 for the short film before this movie. So where did the $10 million come from? There's no paper trail. There's no fucking paper trail.
Fake. That Kickstarter feels fake to me. I don't want to. Oh my god, Pepe Sylvia! Where's the money? Who's Oliver? Where's Oliver Daly? He doesn't exist.
I don't think he exists.
So. No, he does exist, and he's waiting for his mail. But the $43,000, the reason why it feels fake is that it is on 190 backers. How much is that? Hold up. Let me do math. I need math. That's a lot of money per backer.
Yeah.
Hold up. 43,000. It's a little bit more than 43,000, but we'll say 43,000. Divided by 190. That's $226.31 per person. Average Kickstarter backer of $227, basically. Or more. It would be more than that because I underestimated. It's more than $43,000 that raised. It's like $43,690 or something. And the thing is that the YouTube video also only has, like, the short film that they made for all this has 15,000 views, remember? And that's after all of the marketing for the film and 5 years later. Where did the money come from? Who the fuck is Oliver Daly?
The fucking
Another clip. I want to do another clip. I want to do another scene from the movie. I need to do another. I want to do like highlights of the good scenes of the movie.
Okay.
Because there's another scene where they remake the dog, and then it goes rebooting 2.5 hours. What?
Yeah,
why does it need 2.5 hours to reboot? And then better than that, the American military guys, the private military company, they are tracking the dog. They know where it is. And they're like, oh, let's send out a team and get there. They get there with less than a minute on the timer. What were they doing? What did they do? Did they sit down and watch a film first? Did they watch this film first? Who the fuck is Oliver Daly?
This is after they told us that they cannot GPS track the dog because they didn't chip it, and then they showed us multiple scenes where the dog has GPS.
Real talk. This is a movie that's a PSA about why you should chip your dog. Make sure you can find your dogs, people, because this dog isn't chipped, and that's not okay, because they couldn't find it. It was a lost puppy, and it was lost in the wilderness, and that's not good. Yeah, the start of this film is them trying to find it with drones, because they lost it, and they can't track it. And then later on in the film, they're like, all right, track the dog, and they just track it. And you're like, wait, but... hold up. No, wait, what? You can't just do that. Oliver, that doesn't make sense. Oliver. Who the fuck are you, Oliver?
So, no, that does make sense. You're excluding the fact where they called the SG-1 crew in to come in and track the dog. The SG-1 crew has the technology.
So the military, to explain this, because he's not explaining why we're saying this... the SG-1 crew is the American military shows up, and there's a, like, general lady that's looking over the operation. I don't know.
She's straight out of Stargate.
Her military uniform is so bad. It's straight up Stargate. It looks like a joke. It looks... oh man, like it's SG-1 Stargate, like not movie Stargate, SG-1 Stargate. And like she looks like a background character that they were like, okay, this is the last uniform that we have. Put her way in the back and maybe she'll blend in. It's just it looks like a Halloween prop. And like the rest of the movie looks fine. More than fine even. Like a lot of CG is actually really good for a $10 million budget, which is actually pretty low for a lot of films. It looks great. Honestly, like, there's a lot of cinematography in it that I was surprisingly impressed with. It's weird.
I have a question, Gabe. Real quick. Do you remember that scene where the dad held a U.S. soldier at arrow point in his garage and held him captive and then tied him up, and then that was never resolved?
And it just never comes back to it. It never talks about it again.
That dad literally murdered that U.S. soldier, chopped him up, and dug a fucking hole in the backyard. And just got rid of him.
Why,
there's nothing. There's fucking
nothing.
Why?
Why? Hold up, but it's explained. It's very obviously explained. He's the Punisher. Oh, that's Thomas Jane. He's literally the Punisher. He's just in universe also the Punisher.
Yeah, that makes sense. Boom. Yeah, this takes place in the Punisher universe.
This is in the Punisher verse. Okay. This is an MCU movie.
Hey, you remember that one time when the dog exploded, but he uploaded his consciousness to the cloud so that he could then show up downloaded to their cell phones later?
At the end of the movie? I remember that.
Great. Yeah, that was a good scene. Yeah, whew. Good scene right there. Remember that one time when they mentioned the dark web? Because
that's where he uploaded his consciousness. When he put his consciousness into the cloud, what he uploaded it into was the dark web.
Oh my god.
So, you know how this movie is super obsessed? So the movie is obsessed with drones, American military, and dirt bikes.
Yes.
If you go to Oliver Daly's Twitter or Facebook, hey, would you like to know what his Twitter and Facebook are full of? I mean, besides weird, creepy, fat shaming art and like horrible like toilet jokes about. Oh god, I'm gonna read some of those in a minute.
There's transphobic shit too on his Twitter, but
is it?
Not his Twitter, but his shit TV Twitter.
Yeah.
You know, the hidden scrubbed one.
All of his stuff is just like his profile picture is him with a drone. He follows all the American military branches. It's dirt bikes. Like, this is just him. This is just power fantasy.
This movie is literally him. Yes.
But who gave him $10 million to do it?
Okay. If you are listening and you know who gave $10 million to Oliver Daly, please email us.
I need to know. What
is our email? We need to know.
It's oh god.
What is our email?
It should be roughcutscast. Yeah, roughcutscast@gmail.com.
Email us at roughcutscast@gmail.com if you know where Oliver Daly got $10 million to make this fucking movie, because who the fuck is Oliver
is
Daly.
Oliver Daly. Who is this guy? The other thing that he has on his Facebook is that he's got a bottle opener of a kangaroo scrotum.
Yeah, he bought that kangaroo scrotum bottle opener. Now, you might think we're making a joke, but no, that's what he did. Yeah, that's September 9th, 2009. That's a good photo. You better put that one away for later, Oliver Daly. God damn it.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
This guy follows a bunch of movie actors and directors. A bunch of them follow him back on social media. But everything, literally everything pre-2014 has been scrubbed except for his Facebook. His Facebook was not scrubbed. But there's very little there. So it's like
there's
it just
not
got missed. So like there's no information about this guy. Or they
scrubbed it and they just left a few things.
Yes, this guy reeks of like a nephew of a film director that or some actor that played in some movies that just people know. People in the industry know this guy. They grew up with him. They're like, oh, Oliver's on set again, guys. Isn't he adorable? Oh, he's making a movie. We should fund that. Like, that's what this is.
Something like that. Yeah.
This is that fucking kid who grew up in the industry and then just got lucky enough to get a worldwide movie release with big-name actors and musicians to make his fucking white boy power fantasy.
No. Okay, hold up. I have a different theory. He made a very successful shit TV show that was a shitcom before this. Listen to some of these wonderful jokes that he has in there. Like, for example, this tweet. One way or another, life is just an unflushed toilet full of fuck, and we all sponge bathe in it.
Wow.
Or, this was a link to a short that's scrubbed from the internet. All wimpy hipsters should be taken advantage of by huge fat women. # unwritten rule. Listen, This guy is a comedy genius. Obviously, people saw his untapped potential and gave him $10 million. Who the fuck is Oliver Daly? Who the fuck is Oliver Daly? Where is this guy coming from? I want to know. Who's Oliver
Daly? Look, there's not a lot of movies that make me drink at like 9 in the morning, but I wouldn't even say Axel made me drink. Just the confusion about this film, why it exists, and the man who made it just like sent me in a spiral of I need to be an alcoholic right now.
I literally got Tylenol because it was giving me a migraine.
Yeah.
And you're not lying either about us spending 2 hours looking up this guy. Like, I didn't believe you at first, and I looked at the time, and it's like, it was like 2.5 hours of us just, like, scouring the internet trying to figure out who this dude is. But, Boyks, did you know # I like you? You're not gay because # I like you because you're not gay, but your tapeworm is making you do things.
Yeah, this guy's hilarious.
Shitcom.
I suppose we should eventually bring this back to the podcast. This movie did have a real dog in it, right? There was a dog. There was a moment of pure joy in this film.
Oh.
There was a tiny little puppy husky. That husky is adorable.
It had brilliant blue eyes. Oh, it was so cute.
It was a glimmer of hope of what this film could have been. But instead, it sent us into a fucking spiral of some fucking conspiracy theory about this goddamn asshole director who feels like he deserves more from life and had to let us know.
That seems like what it is. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have anything else to say. I just want to know more. Who the fuck is this guy?
I am so...
I don't think we're ever going to get that answer. I really don't.
This is one of the most frustrating experiences I've ever had because, like you said, I want to know everything about how this movie got made. Like, I would absolutely 110% kickstart a documentary of the behind the scenes of this film.
Yes.
I will pay for it. I will spend money on it, and I will absolutely watch it.
I don't even want other people to watch it. I just want to know.
I just need to know. I just need to know it. Like, I would spend hours watching how this movie got made. I need to know about it. I need to know what happened to this film,
there like
how it started.
Digital investigative, detective we can hire for this job? There's gotta be someone. Like, hey, we need you to go slumming around the dirt bike ridden streets of California.
I need you to find the dark web of dirt bikes. We need to find you the dark web dirt bikes circle.
Like, do you think Oliver Daly was a persona and a name that he created in 2014 when he made this short film? What's his real name? Is his real name Oliver Daly, or is that a stage name? I feel like that's a stage name. That can't be his real name. There would be more information. There would be some actor named Daly.
We saw him interviewed.
Director, or I saw a person that said they were Oliver Daly interviewed. I don't know if that's his name.
How deep does it go, boy?
Like, was that the name?
We need some X-Files music over this.
Was that the name he made in elementary school for his online handle? Like, it had to be, right? Like he saw. Oh, I get it.
All I'm saying, Boix, is that I want to believe what you're telling me.
He saw the Daily Show with
John Oliver, and
John
it became
Oliver.
Oliver Daly.
Like, Oliver Daly.
Oh my god!
I fucking figured it out.
God.
That has to
solve
be it.
the mystery.
That has
we know
to be
who
it.
Oliver Daly is. Would you like to rate this film, Boix?
No. Are you fucking crazy? No.
I feel crazy. I feel like a crazy person. My mind is shattered. This has been 5 hours of my life. It's been 5 hours.
Okay, real question though. Would you like to rate the puppy at the end of the film?
Yeah, it's a cute husky. There's nothing more to say. It's got brilliant blue eyes. It's the exact perfect internet husky that you can imagine. Would you like to rate his website, brainadventure.net, that has just a blank page that makes you think, wait, is this still loading? And then the short film, and then if you hit contact, it's just one line of text.
It's like he started making a fucking website and then gave up immediately.
This is literally a 2-minute website.
I don't.
And I do mean literally 2 minutes. It would not take longer than that to make it.
It's a fucking placeholder.
It's a placeholder for a $10 million movie!
Yeah, for a $10 million worldwide release movie. Who the fuck is Oliver Daly?
Who is Oliver Daly? I'm done. End it. End it. I'm stopping.
It's over. I'm dead. I'm dying.
Big shout out to everybody who liked us on Twitter and stuff this week. I really do appreciate it. We do only word of mouth for this podcast, and it means a lot to us. We're not Oliver Daly. We don't have connections. If somebody can get us in contact with Oliver Daly to give us $10 million to do this podcast.
Yeah, can you give us $10 million to do this podcast? That'd be great.
Can we Kickstarter? Hey, listen, I'll accept the Kickstarter for $43,000 or whatever.
Yeah, I would take that.
But no, I do really appreciate it. Like, joking aside, we have a lot of people that shout us out on Twitter and Facebook and things and share us out. And it does mean a lot because we only do word of mouth. We don't have the money. And you retweeting the things that we do on Twitter, we're at Rough Cuts Cast, sorry. Then it does mean a lot to us. It's the only way that we can get word out about this podcast. We're close to passing 500 downloads, which is honestly kind of stunning. It means a lot to us, though. It's a big thing, and I'm glad that you like our kind of fun, wacky little podcast that we have going on here. So, like, big shout-outs to, like, Nerd Squared and Doomsday Cola and Mercurio Blue and Wumpmiss Official, everybody that's been liking the tweets about Rough Cuts and sharing things out and all of that. So it does mean a lot to us. And we'll find out who Oliver Daly is next time on Rough Cuts.
We won't. Thanks for listening, everyone.
We won't. We'll never know. You're stuck with this mystery. Welcome to hell.